Welcome back, SpeedGaming, for Game 3 here, DJ Webb versus Audraxys. A couple really good games so far. We've had a nice variety of boss settings and map, I guess not the map settings, but just the mystery settings in general, so hoping to see what we have this time. Could be something also completely new. I'm just really excited to see this close series, Game 3.
Yeah, the runners saying in the race room that it should be full because they've had Chozo, they've had Major Minor. Our boss things have been interesting because we had Vanilla in the first game and then Surprise in Game 2. So we'll see what we get in Game 3. A good shuffled seed is never a bad thing, where we actually have to kill our bosses in different locations to open up other locations, but. Yeah, game 2 really, really close. Audra skipping Varia at the end. Diva picking it up at Plasma Beam. Looks like both were on the fence as to whether to check that plasma location. D-Web did. Audra didn't. It worked out in Audra's favor. Game 1 also involved a Varia skip, although this one not so kind to Audra. Missing Varia at the Spazer location and just kept finding portal after portal after portal that she wanted to follow, and it just didn't work out. Never got 15 power bombs for Crystal Flash until the very end, and by then, yeah. And then D-Web was done, and here we go. And no full countdown. Another very gray background from Audra, though.
Maybe that's on purpose. Maybe because they've all been really gray.
Yeah,
slightly differently, but
I don't know how the palette shuffle works on the dash side. I know on the Varia side, Audra tended to just use the and just kind of was randomly redone. So I'm not entirely sure how it works here. Hopefully, we'll get D-Web back online shortly. Has assured me that he is locally recording.
Yeah, the dash side doesn't directly have a palette
shuffle.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
Know it goes in the sprite injector.
Yeah.
That you can use.
There are things that you can do.
Yeah, we do have another Major Minor.
Okay.
With the C-Tank here.
See what our ceiling item is. Our ceiling item's gonna be Morph Ball because we got the E-Tank. Let's see what these minor items are. Can we check meme route?
Not yet, but
still maybe.
Chance of power bombs.
Got a chance here. Double missile. Oof. Not getting either of the ammo items that we want to get early. So once again means that our Bomb Torizo needs to have either a super pack to send us to the right side, or a bomb breaking item of Screw Attack or bombs or Speed Booster to allow us to go to the left. Interestingly enough, if it's it can't be a super pack because this is Major Minor, so it's gonna be one of those other three things. Unfortunately, that still means we don't have supers.
Yeah, the good news about this is that your opponent's doing the same thing, so you're not making the wrong choice.
Yep.
Is the small silver lining to what otherwise is kind of one of the worst starts you can get, just missiles.
Yeah, and of course it gets really interesting if we get bombs and see if either one does a bomb gauntlet check.
I wouldn't expect either of them to. It's just so slow with only bombs, and it can't be a soup. It's like you're
doing it more for the
shot.
Yeah, you're really hoping for one of the miners in the back. Yeah. speed boost. Well, okay, there goes the gauntlet check because it is not happening. I mean, you can't. Well,
Get in
not
with
with this
speed
health. You can
booster.
get in with speed booster. Technically, you can get out, but we don't have the health for that. And it looks like we are going to be getting D-Web's feedback relatively soon. We'll run into an item here. Spazer. This early Spazer's fine. Also of note, we do have a starter charge again. But yeah, to answer chat, D-Web was still having some stream issues. It is back up live in the race room, showing live. So we'll get that caught up. With the delay on OBS, it does tend to act a little bit funny. But there we go. Now we have both our runners.
Yeah, nice.
You can see Green Brinstar, and yeah, we're doing Green Brinstar. We're not doing East Meridia.
So.
It's pretty easy choice. Now both runners do want the portal knowledge, so both dipped into Green Brinstar and then went and checked the other side. I kind of like. I mean, I think my favorite Green Brinstar Pro. I'd like to get the elevator one. But if you're going to get one of these other ones, I'd rather get that one at the new bridge rather than the middle one where it's kind of like, oh, okay, I want to check the other portal, but I want the items.
Yeah, we have to go a little bit out of your way just to double back.
Yep. Hey, there's our power bombs. That's good. Okay. We don't have supers yet, though.
Now we can actually check the items here at Green Bridge.
Yeah.
About the power bombs, there's no getting to charge or waterway or Etacoons. Or wave gate.
Yeah, we're not doing that hell run yet, so there's got to be supers in this Greenburn area because there's really no place else to get them. Yeah, because the speed booster didn't open up anything but the regular bomb blocks. So there's got to be supers around here. Can't do wave gate though without the super missiles. And
that's true, unless wave pops.
And we can't go. Yeah, we can do.
We can do waterway. Why?
We can totally do waterway. Audra wants the missiles first.
Oh, because they only have 4 missiles, and that's not enough to open the door. Good call.
Quicker to grab the missile pack than to farm.
Waterway's
for
not
sure.
Scary. Like, you don't need to... Yep.
We've got an E-tank, and I mean, waterway can be a little bit scary if you don't have an E-tank because you do
what's
have
DJ
to have
doing?
enough.
What's his excuse? He's got 9
He's got
missiles.
9.
He's gonna miss 5 opening the door. I don't know about that one.
Pretty funny.
DJ, please, what are you doing? It's very silly.
I hope DJ doesn't forget that he has speed booster.
I don't know.
I mean, it's just an E-tank, so probably not a big deal.
If you don't have...
Still haven't found supers.
If you don't have an E-tank, like, it can be scary, or like you might not have enough health to get all the way through. So now that he's taken multiple hits from those side hoppers, it's not looking great. But,
97's enough. Well, 82 is not.
I don't know.
It's 80 something. I don't remember the exact number. It's 80 something to do the whole thing if you just do it straight up. One thing you can do is you can actually, and I've seen runners do this at low health, is you power bomb the enemies beforehand, because the fatal part is that your shine spark doesn't go all the way through, and you run into a fish in the middle of the shine spark when you get to 29 health, and that will insta kill you. Ice Beam! You haven't seen Ice Beam today. We'll get Ice Beam today. Yay!
Yeah, the first time. I'm sure the runners will be relieved too to not have to do Powerbomb Metroids again. I'm really confused by why Audra turned around before going into the Decora pit. I wonder if she was thinking about saving by force spawn to get your supers there or something. I don't know what. Maybe that was just a mistake, but it looked like a deliberate stop and turn around to think about something before going this way.
Yeah, I do like this play from Audra to do these checks first, because if this is a super, then you don't have to do this check that Web's doing right now to get a super missile. But if this lasts, we've only got one more ammo item left in this area, so Audra's probably going to have to get her super the same place that Web just got his. And yeah, that's our. It looks like our first super is in that battle location. And we are going to grab that third power bomb pack, which makes sense.
Yeah, especially for Audra, it doesn't have Ice Beam, so the 3 is like the magic number for Metroids that you want, even if you have various suit and everything and don't need the Crystal Flash ever.
Can't open the super door there. We'll never find out what ammo item is behind it. And Audra is going to make the right decision and grab the super missile here.
And then both are just going to check up this elevator in a moment. Be curious to see if either of them just kind of follow through and ignore that wave gate item. I
think it depends on what's up the elevator.
Yeah,
if you have to backtrack anyway, I think you check wave gate. If this is something good, it might be a while before we get back to that wave gate.
I think you just go back because, like, even if this is like Red Tower, again, there's 5 more portals at Red Tower, and you still have like the other criteria side that's available now. That's got 2 portals. That's going to link you somewhere. So, well,
yeah, okay,
you definitely
we're checking
around,
wave
so
gate.
it doesn't even matter. The question is gone.
Yeah, I mean, that portal being something that we're not doing yet? Yeah, we're absolutely gonna go back, which makes the wave gate item just on path, which is nice.
Maybe DJ remembers that Waterway exists now.
Yeah, let's hope.
Maybe he thinks that's a super door down there because you always super it and you don't really think about it.
That's true.
Maybe that's some kind of a weird like mistake in his brain.
Oh, we're gonna visit the Decora. Oops. Happens to everyone every once in a while, so.
Do these blocks, these reform, right?
Not until you leave the room.
Oh.
It turns out
it's just a slow climb.
Yeah, it turns out that it takes a little bit more than an energy tank to get all the way up there. So they are to prevent soft locking down there with no E-tanks. They do not reform. However, if you leave the room, they will reform. So.
Yeah, hard to remember sometimes the different soft lock preventions and different forms of randomizer. Since I know, like SMZ3 doesn't have that specific soft lock prevention.
It has almost none of the soft lock preventions, I believe.
Yeah, that's correct.
And 4 E-tanks, so I believe we had access to something Upper Norfair somewhere.
Yeah, it was the lava dive door at this portal.
Yeah, this is it here.
Audra's going in.
Yeah, 4 tanks is enough to do this.
I actually thought that was a gray door for some reason. I was like, what is going on? Looks like one of the last gray doors.
I'm going to get this all-important E-tank, and actually, to be fair, it kind of is important, the extra E-tank going into hell runs. Definitely significant here.
For sure. It's actually even more beneficial that he gets it now, like, as opposed to earlier and maybe taking some more damage, because he'll be actually full on energy going into Upper Norfair here.
Audra making good use of that ice beam to get over here. I'm gonna do the speed booster check first because, well, I mean, we have speed, so it's the easiest. And can farm up. Probably gonna want to turn off that ice beam. For a slightly faster farm.
And this is really one of the most awkward ways into Upper Norfair. Like, these rooms are pretty tricky. DJ had a little trouble in that last one. But good Magdalite tunnel.
Yeah, and actually, if I'm not mistaken, the actual hell run requirement gets you to the door there where there's a farm spot, so which is a little bit closer than going all the way to the door. Debo can do something different. Maybe gonna take the speed booster path to get over to Business Center.
That's not a bad idea. It's.
Oh, wants to check the portal too. I don't like this as much because you're just gonna come back this way, since you don't really have a good way to get across the escape part. Oh, careful! Oh no!
Oh, no. Struggling to get the spin jumps there.
I'm not sure does he have a save? He does not.
No, he does not have a
that's
save.
Terrible.
That's pretty unfortunate. I mean, So, I wonder if DJ opts to be really aggressive here and cut out a lot of those E-tanks in Green Bryn and try to push for some other area that's not Upper Norfair.
I mean,
because he can avoid all this and he can get the super missiles and come back to Criteria and go to the right side.
Go to the right.
He could just take the minimum to get through. You don't need any E-tanks. Well, you need enough to get to the Bubble Mountain area, but like to take the speed booster hallway, like that's free. So you can get that easily.
I jump boots for Audra. One more check in Bubble Mountain, and then she'll maybe go over to Business Center. Maybe check the single chamber. We're gonna farm a little bit first.
Yeah, that's unfortunate too. That gate glitch just was not clicking with DJ because he did it gate glitch the last seed for Crocomire and he nailed it first try, like not even phased.
Gate glitches are weird that way. They for me they have a tendency to just kind of go away for stretches of time and then come back and have no trouble with them. And I've seen that with other runners too. So
and sometimes like it's 100% like a mental thing, but sometimes the blue gates are like harder than the green ones.
Yeah.
Like just use it. I've started with the blue gates and you just like, you know what, I'm gonna use the super on this gate because I know how to do it with supers and then it works. But doing it with missiles just sometimes
definitely have had that
doesn't
happen.
Quite want to go.
Yeah, I do have already skipping minor items and
that was just
by minor, it's just a missile pack. Doesn't need it. Does need to get the speed booster though. And unfortunately, there just isn't a better super. We still haven't found a second super pack, so there isn't a better choice there. This is in fact right here. Here's our second.
DJ should just go to that one. That sounds easy enough.
Yeah, that's actually really good for Audra, because now Audra will be able to check single chamber and with a crystal flash and get out if she doesn't want to go do that stuff right now. And bombs.
Yeah, it's still kind of slow because
we're not keeping bombs.
Farm back up. I think that's reasonable.
Honestly, I'd want the
supers are more.
Yeah,
I'd want to keep.
I mean, bombs becomes really valuable if we do another suitless LN play.
And even then, we already have 20 power bombs, so like, we're probably going to find more at this rate. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah, I think I would want to keep that super missile more than the bombs and just take the time. Take
nice
a bit
right
of that
side
time
Bubble
lost.
Mountain. Like either way, this is like there's no good option here because if Audra kept the supers, you have to farm up to be able to survive this because you don't have full supers and you don't have energy.
Now would have had enough health to because she had the 10 supers with that pack. You could get this, do the crystal flash and check it.
Well, no, she didn't.
And then you might still.
She didn't have enough because she used one on each of the red doors getting in there, so she had 8 out of 10.
Okay, there you go.
You'd have to farm up supers and get 2 lucky drops from the Kagos just to have a chance of crystal flashing. There's just too many variables. There's no way.
Okay, well now we're gonna go to Business Center. So.
Well, yeah, we're abandoning the bombs and the supers and.
Okay, we're not going to Business Center. We are also going to go for try and do this gate glitch for Prague. I still like the play.
Actually,
Business Center first.
Did someone hack this gate? What is happening? This is like 25 failed gate glitches.
Okay, there we go.
Between the runners. All right.
Audra Audra had a little more health, so I had a little more time, but you went back into Green Brinstar.
Well, for Audra, she can actually come up through the Croc Speedway here with the high jump boots, so I do like this play better.
Oh yeah,
her, I think.
Speed plus high jump does let you do that pretty free. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, Audra knows how to do the short charge that'll get you across.
But that's hard. You can't. It's hard to rely on that with low energy.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Like if you have various suit, like. I mean, I can't do it.
We're not doing wreck ship. Okay, we're not doing
with various suit. Audra can do it, no problem. But without it, I don't know that.
I've seen her do it before without various suit, but it is
not like
not
consistently
easy.
In the middle of a race without a save nearby.
Yeah, it's definitely dangerous.
DJ's back on path of collection here. I want to get supers still.
Another E-tank for Audra. Could do the X-ray check easy enough with the speed plus high jump as well. And might want to get the rest of the portal knowledge, but also might just do wreck ship now. Or at least check it out. I'm going to open the tube. We are. This is in logic with high jumps.
Yeah, I like the tube check. If this is a bad portal, maybe saving at the bottom of the tube before, or at the top of this.
No, you gotta save at the top of this. If you're gonna take the, I think I'll
even if you're going to wreck ship, I think this is still the best save to take.
You know, I think you're right.
But falling down to the right is an interesting choice. I guess that's not where you fall down to the right.
Yeah, maybe wanted to check.
Is Audra not like comfortable with the Mama Turtle check from the left, where you do like the unmorph right before the door?
Maybe, but you got ice beam, so.
Yeah. Also, they could have waited like 3 more seconds to freeze that crab. Definitely a lot of. Did they forget they have ice beam because it's turned off, and they don't have a tracker in front of them like we did? Jestro did a great job helping us out, tracking all 3 of these races.
And setting up.
Definitely makes it a little bit easier. Yeah, and helping with some of the setup and technical difficulties. Very appreciated. But we have a tracker. Audra does not use a tracker. And it's very easy to forget you have a beam if you turned it off.
Audra does use an area tracker, but not an item tracker.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, in SM, I don't use an item tracker either.
Oh yeah,
every other game,
lots of people don't. There's not that many items, but still, every once in a while, you just run into a situation.
You sure do.
You forgot you had the space jump because you didn't see the animation look different.
You want
Speaking
that.
of space jump,
nice, and we get to keep that because we
a little
have
harder
ice
without.
beam and
It's a little harder without moonwalk too. You can't back up all the way to the left wall, and you can with like a turnaround and morph, but it's slower. So,
Audra, along with you, one of our non-moonwalkers out there.
Yeah, we've got a few. Farflu.
Yep.
Also non-moonwalker in this tournament.
I mean, Floaters, who is not in this tournament, but is a very good runner and has won. And both Audra and Floaters have won multiple tournaments without moonwalk.
Audra, please.
Fortunately, yeah, I know. Right?
The hitboxes are not great, so you got to be very careful there.
And we're back to business. So this worked out really well.
It kind of did.
Lots of good information, and
this is Red Tower. Oh no. Okay.
We're gonna check this one minor item, hoping for supers.
Yeah.
Just power.
Now it's all power bombs. The seeds are on like a gradient of no power bombs in the first one to a pretty good amount in the second one to like all power bombs now. Okay, DJ did skip out on a couple of those E-tanks here in Green Brinstar, really trying to carve back some time. And exactly like I was thinking, he's instead of going to Upper Norfair to do hell runs on reduced E-tanks, he's going to try to make a big play and maybe check Gauntlet, but I think he's definitely going to cut across to the right side of Criteria, and this is really smart. This is one of those things that, like, you wouldn't do this if you're just like, I want the best time on this on a seed with whatever can happen, but you do this and I'm in a race and my opponent didn't do this and I need to get some time back somehow.
Yeah, the Gauntlet check, I don't know if I really like it, since the best things usually that you can find there are ice and speed. Charge could still be there, Plasma could still be there, both good items. Yeah. He doesn't know that high jump, space jump can't be there.
Grapple could be really useful there.
Yeah, Grapple has good uses. But I think we're just gonna go to the right here.
You go right, you try to hit, like, I don't know, like Kraid's Lair and Croc, and then you get your suits and you
double suit Croc,
somehow
right?
clown your way into a win with an early death. But even one good portal here could really even things back up.
Just E-tanks at Business Center.
Yeah.
I'm sure D-Web happy doesn't have to do the stipulation. Hey, look, a super pack.
Which actually, like, it's not great, but kind of makes up for the lost E-tanks when it comes to those hell runs. Like, you can.
Oh, look, it is.
That's also very spicy. Because it's not going to be. It won't be for a long time until Audra sees the back of the East Meridia. That was the other side here, Criteria. So. She's just not going to be in Criteria for a while.
So did the Criteria just basically flipped on us? In the last seed, it was East Meridia and Kraid's Lair, and Audra didn't do the left side early and got to it very late. And this time, it's East Meridia and Kraid's Lair on the right side, and you know, in a more normal routing fashion, Audra didn't get to it. So.
And we have a killable Kraid here. Gives us 2 majors. Yeah, I don't believe DJ saved. That's Actually, did he save at Criteria?
I don't remember.
If he saved at the ship, I think that's the smartest thing to have done. But it doesn't matter because Kraid is a pushover.
Okay, so we have Spring Ball, we have Ice Beam, we have High Jump. We do not have Grapple Beam, but this is starting to smell of Suitless Meridia.
Does DJ just go down the East Meridia portal? Like, that's the maximum clown decision, but
doesn't have high jump.
Oh, he doesn't have right. He doesn't have high jump.
Yeah. Which is really unfortunate because that kind of if it is an East Meridia play that needs to happen.
And he's right next to the portal,
Yeah, he doesn't have the things he needs to be able to do that play. Meantime, we're going to see Wreck Ship from Audra.
Yeah, and probably have vanilla bosses, but you never know.
I mean, in game 2, game 1 we did have vanilla bosses, but in game 2 we went from vanilla bosses to shifted bosses to surprise bosses on the same seed. So we're turning down some power bombs now because we have 25. Reserve tank for D-Web. And Audra took a save in the tube area in Red Brinstar, so it was not taking the wreck ship save. I like it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking before when we first saw the tube entrance, and this was a possibility. Oh, no spring ball across the moat from DJ.
Oh, but it's just a fan, dude. This could be another vanilla bosses seed.
Yeah. It's looking really likely now with 2 vanilla bosses. That's a really good opener from Audra there. Good Doppler and not having Fantoon go off screen. Ooh, nice.
Very
yeah, 2-round, both
nice.
on screen. That's really good.
Do you want to check meme route? See if that gets him anything.
Yeah, he's really just trying to dodge these hell runs in Upper North Air, which makes sense. Like,
it totally makes sense.
They're slow and just even harder considering the reduced E-tanks from the corners he cut, re-clearing Green Bren. So yeah, if this is like Red Tower, then DJ actually is still in okay shape.
Yeah, could get a charge upgrade.
We haven't seen the top of Red Tower, so if this is top of Red Tower and it pushes DJ over to like the Red Tower checks and into this wreck ship that's totally doable for him, like he's still making really good progress without having to backtrack and really.
All right, in the meantime, yeah, that charge upgrade was a full charge upgrade, so no starter plus, just the regular starter charge. Just the regular starter charge into a charge beam. Audra can do the wreck ships checks, and then probably go to the back and check that with a save to reset out of the portal.
That's right, we saw meme route. It was the other side of Business Center.
Yeah, that actually works out well for D-Web, because could get the 2 E-tanks in Business Center and then it can do all the stuff in all the hell runs and stuff.
Yeah, he's gonna take the crab portal here first.
No spring ball for Audra yet, so he has to use power bombs there. Also, reset the bombs and has to use power bombs there.
Question, chat, about the items behind bosses. If it's surprise, the bosses that have items behind them are all basically equivalent. So even if we got 3 Crades and a Fantoon, it would be the same number of locations. So all the majors would be the same chance of being any item. The only difference is if you have extra Fantoons or removed Fantoons for surprise, and they add an E-tank if there's a Fantoon missing and you have an extra location to the pool. Extra Fantoons they remove. I think 1 reserve, and then from there any additional E-tanks.
There's a second super pack for Audra that she gets to keep.
Except for the reset one.
And more E-tanks. We are up to 9 E-tanks here. Because, major, minor, lots of E-tanks.
Yeah, they're not really that helpful in this seed, though, because it really doesn't look like we're going to have enough supers to do a superless LN.
Yeah, our supers, we've seen... I guess D-Web has 20, so I've seen a few extras.
Yeah. If we get, like, full beam combo to do the Ridley fight...
yeah, that could be a thing.
Then it's doable, but that's the thing that's missing, because if you need to use them all for Crystal Flashes, all your supers for Crystal Flashes, and then you also have to use like 30 on Ridley, or even 15 or 20 on Ridley to supplement it with some missiles and beam shots, like it's just not enough.
And now we're going to take the save. We'll check the item, and check the portal. See where this goes.
We didn't see this portal yet. This one's new. Yep. Right?
I don't think we've seen this portal yet. Not in this particular seed.
Yeah.
By the time you get to game 3... the fact that the runners can keep everything straight is amazing. I know I have trouble keeping things straight by this point.
Yeah, sometimes, like, if the settings are different enough, like, it just doesn't overlap at all. But, like, when they're similar, like this is the second in a row major minor area seed. It can bleed a little together. But that's a nice find here, wreck ship.
Gravity suit. That makes you're gonna keep that. This is tough because either you're gonna either you don't check the portal, you take the save again. Actually, okay, Audra's just not gonna take the portal, and I think that's probably the smartest thing. There's things you could do. You could take the portal and walk back. You could take a save here, go to the portal and reset back to the save, or you could just ignore the portal altogether and hope that you don't need to worry about it. We'll see what Audra decides to do.
I think taking the save and going back might be the worst, because then you're guaranteeing you're making the trip both directions.
Yeah.
Instead of just potentially only taking it to one direction. I think
this is
with
fine.
none of the one ways located yet. Like we haven't seen Croc, we haven't seen Torian, and we haven't seen Kraid on Audra's side.
Yep.
We saw Kraid on DJ's side. I think her having not seen Kraid makes it a lot more tempting. Otherwise, you definitely just don't do that portal there.
Absolutely.
And Croc could be good too, but you kind of have better things to do right now than Croc.
All right. No extra heat protection from that gravity suit. Which is, significant if we don't find Various suit easily.
I'm guessing on DJ's side, we missed his checks of the business center area.
Yeah, 2 extra
E-tanks.
tanks
I'm not sure
now.
what else we missed. Other than that, probably just checking portal locations.
Yeah, it does not have high jump yet, you can tell, because you don't need to do wall jumps in that area. At least I don't think. I mean, you can still do wall jumps in that but you don't generally. We're gonna get one. I think we've got one West Meridia portal still outstanding, and I was just gonna check it right now.
Yep, all 3 races, this pre-aqueduct one has been like evasive and then the last one to get checked.
Yep. Hi, Croc.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. Gonna go ahead and leave.
She's just waiting for you to say that.
you know she is. But finding the wreck ship is probably gonna do this as well.
Yeah, which is good for him, because I bet the gravity suit not too much further behind Audra. Audra, not sure where she's going exactly. Back to Red Tower?
Has she seen all the portals off of Red Tower?
I don't think so. The upper ones are still out there. Plus the X-ray check is still open.
Yeah, and X-ray super free with space jump and screw attack. Not gonna check X-ray? Maybe do the portal first? Maybe not thinking about X-ray, because... okay, that would have worked out just fine had she taken the wreck ship portal. Still not doing X-ray. I don't like the X-ray skip here. And I'm just maybe just not thinking about that location, because so often it's not free. I don't know.
I mean, it's a little slower than a lot of major locations, but
with space jump screw attack, it's not that much slower.
Yeah, I mean, even the first Croc check is not that slow. And she's checking minors. This is looking like she's leaning towards suitless, which I think would be fine. I think it'd be fine if she had plasma.
Yeah,
without plasma for the Ridley fight, like you're just not even close to ammo. So, like, I would be checking. I still think that it would make sense to check these majors a little bit more heavily.
There's Turian at the top of Red Tower.
The Croc, I guess in both these cases, like, a lot of what could be here is dead ends from Audra's perspective. So if there's dead ends or things she doesn't want to do yet, so like Ellen, Croc, Turian, Kraid, then she's going to go back through Red Tower anyway and can do X-Ray and potentially Croc at that time. Like this.
Boy, this is spicy. I don't like this at all, but it is spicy.
I don't either. Like,
I don't. Yeah, this play doesn't make sense. You've only got 15 supers. You probably have a Ridley
at this.
For
screw attack? Well, why would you do that?
I don't. Yeah, this doesn't make sense.
I don't get it. The one boss they saw was vanilla, so
it was vanilla, so very likely a
Ridley.
This could get D-Web back in this race.
Where did Audra save last?
I have no idea.
Before Gravity?
Probably wreck ship before Gravity Suit, probably. Like, this feels like a play you do when you feel behind, but there's no reason for Audra to feel behind in this scene.
Honestly, I'd like this a lot better if they didn't have Gravity Suit, because then they could just potentially hit Gravity. So there's a lot more outcomes that are positive here. And like, worst case scenario, Audra just leaves out the back, but that's still just a big time waste.
Yeah, I don't...
Here, check Fire Fleas, and then just run away without doing the boss.
Yeah, I don't understand doing this with...
DJ, please.
With the... Yeah, like, my big issue is that we have probably vanilla bosses. We don't have 30 supers. We don't have a good beam combination. Charge Ice Phaser, assuming Audra ever turns Ice Beam back on.
I think she forgot she has it.
Yeah, I would not surprise me. And certainly Charge Phaser by itself is not going to get you through a completely non-heat protected LN or non-heat protected Ridley. No good farming because you don't have grapple beam. This play just got me rather baffled.
Yeah, I agree. Plus, we saw the other side of Lorne Orfair already.
Yes,
it's kind of out of the way, but like, you could get back to it later because Green Bryn is relatively close to Criteria, which also has portals that need to be checked. Yeah, I think just checking the Croc and X-Ray majors before this, because those aren't a huge backtrack to get to as well. So that's also an option. Is like if you check those majors and you hit like Plasma, then this becomes, or even like another super pack or two, this becomes much more doable. Yeah.
Yeah, this is.
But
this
I don't
is
know
not.
how's Audra going to get ammo for?
Yeah, I don't
Ridley.
see how this is going to work.
Unless this isn't Ridley, like it has to not be Ridley.
It certainly doesn't have to be Ridley, but the odds are quite high that it is.
That's not what you want. No super drops there. She wants like all super drops because the fight's doable on like 4-1 with supers. It's just not gonna work out if it's Ridley.
Could we get another Kraid surprise?
I don't even think you farm here. Like, what's the point of even farming? Just go in, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
And the quick reset.
Yep. Okay, so we'll find out where the last save was. It was
on no energy.
Ellen. Oh, boy.
Oh yeah.
Ellen.
Here
yeah.
At the Key Hunter stairs. The one before that, I think, was the save right before Grav.
I think so.
But this way, at least, Audra can Crystal Flash. No, she can make it to the Fire Fleas. Well, now she can't.
We tries again. Meanwhile, D-Web finds Croc.
A decision. Either of those plays would have worked if she Crystal Flashed immediately or kept running and waited till she was out of the heat room. Yeah, she can get to the Fire Fleas and then Crystal Flash, or Crystal Flash right before. It doesn't really make too much of a difference. She's got plenty of health to get out from there.
And as asked and answered in chat, Audra knows that's Ridley based on the way the door scrolled.
Yeah, the Dragon and Kraid doors are really similar. It's like the slow load that takes a long time with the black screen. Fantoon and Ridley are faster, but the doors are on opposite sides of the room, so those are really easy to differentiate.
We're not going to check the Firefly item?
No, Audra already got it. It's a reserve.
Oh, yeah, it's right. I forgot.
Yeah, DJ getting the Plasma Beam.
Yeah, Plasma's really nice with the full charge, yeah.
Maybe made this LN doable.
Audra almost did that fight.
Yeah.
Took 2 shots at Croc and then said, nope. But if this is Various Suit down here at the grapple item, that's huge for D-Web.
Yeah, I think if Varia's in like East Meridia, it's still kind of a contested race. If Varia's here, Croc, it's basically DJ's.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, Audra giving the time back that D-Web lost on the early death. So.
Yeah, I'm just really unsure what this is kind of an aggressive play, and I wonder if how close the second game was factored into Audra's decision making here. Because like the first game, obviously, like it went pretty poorly for Audra. Ended up way behind by not having that Various Suit, but I think the second one they felt good about and maybe didn't win by as much as they thought. Just an E-Tank, so not...
Yeah, just an E-Tank, so yeah, so the Plasma Beam would be nice for Audra to have. But unless we try again for Ridley, not going to be game-changing. The main thing at this point is Audra still doesn't have the East criteria knowledge, where we have East Meridia and Kraid.
Yeah, what's the other side of East Meridia that I'm not thinking of?
Good question.
Have we seen both sides?
I thought we only saw the one side.
The back of it is at East Criteria, but I don't know where the
it's right
the
here.
Front's right here on West Criteria.
Oh, that actually works out well for Audra, because she's gonna do this. Expect a Dragon, and just be able to do this, and then the back will spit her out that part of criteria she hasn't seen, which will get her will get her Kraid. And I think we have
she's got full portal knowledge, so I don't think she's even going to do the back. Just go out the front and then... Oh wait, no.
Doesn't know where Kraid is.
Because Kraid could be here or at East Criteria, and if it's if Kraid was here, then East Criteria would be a little loop, like Crab Hold Emote.
Yep. And answer chat, no, Audra never did X-Ray. So X-Ray could be Various Suit, or it could be any one of these locations in East Meridia.
DJ also going East Meridia, so we're keeping this fairly close.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Audra's yet to get Various Suit in this series. And has been in LN in all 3. So even if Audra gets Various Suit in this game, she will have done significant portions of LN without Various Suit in all 3 games. Just saying. Heat Shield. Oh my god, that's interesting.
You don't need Various Suit. This is fine.
Heat Shield will make
it's still not great, but there is a super pack in LN. That's got to feel bad though.
Huge difference.
You
could have done that a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like that. I'm so happy we added in Heat Shield and Double Jump into the mystery settings, because it's just so interesting when those show up, because they don't have to and they're not part of the logic. They are part of the logic, but in this case, the Heat Shield doesn't open anything. The sad part, we couldn't get Pressure Valve in because we couldn't take the logic part out of it. The difference is, like, Heat Shield opens up only Upper Norfair, and E-Tanks do that anyway, and Double Jump only has a few places where it truly makes a difference logically. Because a lot of those jumps are just done in other ways. But
Yeah.
pressure valve opens up a ton of Meridia that we didn't want to
Honestly,
have.
Yeah, pressure valve just changes way too much. It's too overpowering. That.
Yep.
Yeah, and DJ again doing these sand pits first before like the on-path boss items, which, especially with the portal knowledge that he has of what's on the other end of East Meridia, I really don't understand this.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna get the super pack
because he's seen two vanilla bosses, so he really expects this to be Dragon plus the Batuum tank, and this is just out of the way when. If there isn't one of those two, you just don't have to do this. Yeah,
these sandpit checks look more like the full route where you check a sandpit, reset it, check the other sandpit, and then route the other sandpit after Dragon.
Except you don't need to route the second one after Dragon.
Exactly. I'm saying it's like that's why I'm saying it looks more like what you do in full, because then you want to be able to route that second sandpit in somehow.
I was a little worried about that chain damage.
Yeah, we're okay. We're got 52 health, 82 now after the drop, or 182 after the drops. Oh wow. Okay, well, heat shield is now irrelevant.
Yeah.
Audra getting a Various suit.
I'm sure D-Web's gonna have the same thing happen.
This is still close though, because D-Web with that plasma beam also. Audra turned ice back on.
Yeah, I don't remember where she turned it on, but I noticed it on the way, like through East Meridia here at some point that it was on.
But
DJ refusing to use supers on this snake.
Yeah, Audra's gonna be able to go out the back and get to Kraid, but has to do that and has to get Kraid. D-Web already having done that, so we'll probably go out the front here and maybe do back-to-back LN? I'm not not sure what's better.
Yeah, because you just go to Business Center to Green Bryn, all the way through Green Bryn to the elevator to get to the back. But where's the front of LN again? Red Tower? Like, getting to Red Tower is kind of awkward from here, too. So, like,
and Red Tower is top of Red Tower. Yeah, Red Tower is Turian.
We're back
top
to
of it.
Front?
So
back to front, LN?
Back to front might be better.
You definitely start at the back from where you are, but... DJ struggling or farming excessively. I don't know which. Okay. Couldn't tell if he was trying to get out or not. But...
Yeah, mitigating a possible Ridley fight, but with a 600 damage beam, doesn't really need. Well, doesn't realize that. Yeah, but with heat shield, the Ridley fight here isn't bad.
Yeah, heat shield and gravity, you can afford to take a couple hits.
Heat shield, gravity, 25 supers, and a pretty good charge beam.
I've just been making sure his reserve was filled.
I kind of, you think about what you said when the runners were going in the first seed and whether or not to pick to skip Various suit. Audra, having been playing for so long, has a better idea of what she can and can't do in Lower Norfair. Although you wouldn't know by the Lower Norfair play we just saw earlier. D-Web maybe a little less sure about what exactly he needs to do a Ridley fight. And Audra's just skipping that super pack. I'm a little surprised. It's quite free.
I don't understand that at all.
Could get on the way back if she wants it though.
Well, yeah, I guess she does know this is. At this point, she knows this should be.
Yeah, this should be Audra's last.
This is the last piece of map information. So instead of slowing down, just grab it on the way back. And with 2 vanilla bosses, is not expecting a Ridley here as well.
Right. 3 vanilla bosses. Audra knows where Ridley is. So.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I was looking at the tracker.
We did
already see the other one.
Yep, we are definitely vanilla bosses at this point. We have seen all of them. Well, I mean,
or
and by seeing,
with one being shifted, which is an incredibly low chance.
No, we've seen everything.
No, this is all 4. This is
because we saw the reset from Audra over at, in LN.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking from the runner's perspective that they could still think it's a surprise with 3 vanillas.
Now, Audra now knows. D-Web will not know for sure about Ridley, but he's going to suspect.
Unfortunately, a little bit longer of a grade fight.
It happens. There's that very super D-Web.
Audra not even checking any more majors. Doesn't care about plasma or wave. Or I guess spring ball and X-ray for that matter.
Yeah.
That we don't know. Or grapple. We haven't seen grapple either.
Yeah, that X-ray spot could have been looming large, but I guess the best it could be is wave beam at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that super missile pickup from on the back.
Okay, so this is interesting. I don't know. Audra seems to be ahead, but I don't know by how much here. I guess we're going to the west side of Criteria.
Also, it would be interesting to see how each of our runners route to LN. I'm still not sure what the best choice is at this point.
I think you have to start at the back, but I don't know if you leave out the back or if you leave out the front.
I mean, it's at Red Tower, and so is Turian. So I think leaving out the front's the right answer.
Yeah, I think it's just back to front. Yeah, because this is they're both going back to front.
Yeah, D-Web's
Green
already
Brin's right here. Yeah, I forgot it wasn't through Upper Norfair. It's just straight to Green Brin here.
So D-Web with a slight positional lead, and has the better beam situation, but Audra with the better movement overall. So
and better movement items with high jump too. High jump does make a significant difference. That even,
it does.
Even the exact same runner is just going to be able to move a little faster with high jump. Like all those little wall jumps that D-Web just did, like Audra has to do a lot fewer of those wall jumps and can just jump straight up to some of these places.
Audra doing good. D-Web doing a good job not visiting the Decora again.
He's got it down. I never know how to do it, but apparently if you I don't know how to do it without bonking the door and losing all my speed. But if you time your speed just right,
I like to go through that.
You just hold run and it works. And
I like to go for that speedball that Audra did. That's one of my favorites.
I can only get the normalized setup to work that DJ does if I just run full speed into the door first, in which case that's also slow. You don't want to do that. Yeah, these jumps right here.
Right there.
Ooh, that second one's
another
good,
example.
but the first one, it's just easier for Audra because it's got high jump.
Really would have liked to have seen what would have happened in this race if D-Web doesn't take the death and Audra doesn't do the weird lower Norfair play. But in the end, we actually have a pretty close race, having each one of them doing, in one case, a self-inflicted unfortunate thing, and D-Web. I mean, to be fair, even D-Web...
they're both self-inflicted. It's just one player struggled with the glitch and didn't back off to farm soon enough, and then... It was a series of things that kind of cascaded for DJ that he could have farmed a little extra before trying the gate glitch, could have gotten it, of course, could have bailed early on the attempts to refarm, or chose to route somewhere entirely different to not even need to go that way. As you were saying, Tracy, I know you'd mentioned it would have made sense to go check Business Center first. But yeah, we're in the same room after everything that's happened. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, I do have... God, that beam damage difference is so huge. But, 30 supers mitigates a lot of that for Audra, and that's the edge that D-Web has at this point. The movement... Audra's movement is just going to catch her up. For sure, between just the better execution in general and then just having that high jump like you talked about.
There's a lot of subtle things, like those metal pirates, the way DJ killed them is slightly faster, but it used supers, whereas Audra took the slower kill by, just a very small amount, but it saved supers because of the beam damage difference. It changes the weight of certain strats. We got Sync Ridley fights.
Not quite dead yet there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Audra having, well, I was gonna say having a better time with the...
Super.
Okay, are we gonna have synced Ridley grabs? Not quite.
DJ's still got a couple more hits. 2, 1. I guess that was the last one.
Yeah, it's kind of convenient when your beam damage is
close.
identical to your super damage.
Okay, does DJ check this high jump? No. Okay. Or wave.
Wave would be interesting because then that deep beam damage becomes that much more different. But
yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it might actually be time neutral to pick Wave up at this point. So, and anything else would be a time loss.
So with that better Ridley fight and high jump boots, which contributes in some way to the better Ridley fight.
Yes.
Like it definitely makes it easier.
I always say this.
Now taking the lead.
Every death I've taken to Ridley over the last several years has been no high jump boots, and likely forgetting that I didn't have high jump boots. It does make a difference.
Yeah, especially with speed. Like it's so much harder to get those manipulations when you just can't jump high enough to get Ridley to like turn around and keep bogoing when you want him to.
It's funny enough, this is definitely late enough, and the seed has been straightforward enough that both runners with their mistakes are probably wondering why the other hasn't finished yet.
Yeah, I mean, Audra was just really thorough in general throughout the seed, with the exception of that last couple of like croc into X-ray checks.
Another place where those high jumps make a difference is in the reverse acid dive. It's so much easier to deal with.
Yeah,
I do agree with doing fast pillars when you have space jump plus screw attack. Any other thing, I think you take the other route.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, like, DJ's death probably cost as much time as the rest of the seed takes for him. So he's probably thinking, like, wow, if I didn't take that death and did the same thing, like, I'd be done by now, and we would have won already.
Yeah.
Which means Audra's got to be finishing any second now.
Yep.
Still on the elevator at the same time. Slightly less than an elevator apart at the moment.
And again, thankfully, the Korean elevator, or the turret elevator, will give us the refill that we need to go into the Metroid rooms.
Mm-hmm.
So as our runners head into turret, I am going to remind everybody D-Webb and I will be making an announcement about SG Live in person. So definitely you all want to stay tuned for that, especially if you're attending. If Audra had fewer supers, I would give D-Webb a better chance here. I just feel like the beam damage differential is not enough when Audra's got the 30 supers, the 55 missiles, but we'll see.
I agree. Baby skip also plays a factor here that DJ's not going to be able to baby skip like this, whereas Audra will. It's not guaranteed, but definitely the one that you're most comfortable with, most practiced at.
Yep. It doesn't have wave beam, which does make a bit of a difference, but I know Audra can do it without wave beam. D-Webb just barely learning how to do it at all at this point. Was quite excited the other day. It was maybe a few weeks ago when he got it for the first time in a practice. So, but without high jump, you're just not.
Yeah. Unless you're like Timo or
Yeah.
one of the very few niche runners.
Yep.
Has practiced, like, even with speed and no high jump, I don't know how much that changes it. Like,
yeah, that's a good point.
There's a low ice version that doesn't have speed, but I don't know if there's a low speed baby skip setup that anyone has.
Funny enough, Spays are better for this than Plasma.
Yeah, if you don't have wave, just because it's wider, so it hits more of the seaweed.
Yeah, and did get it done. Very nice.
DJ damaged down as much as he could before this started.
Very quick work of Mother Brain 1. And for those of you that are from the map rando, the supers it is 60 supers. If we're just using supers, they do the normal 300 damage. We do have lots of extra supers in these seeds, whereas map rando has I think just the 50. Alright, Audra onto charge shots.
I don't know how many shots. I definitely didn't do the math based on the ammo that she came into this fight with, but on to catch up already. Just before DJ starts Mother Brain 2.
Yeah, it's going to be close, but I just don't think it's going to be enough for D-Webb with that beam.
Yeah, I mean, DJ has a much better advantage with stand-up. Like, if they both do stand-up, which Audra might opt not to, with not having even new route beam combo, a lot less advantageous, and there's a little bit more risk.
I don't know how comfortable D-Webb is with stand-up. Okay, Audra Audra's damage it down like she's gonna do stand-up.
Yeah, I know she said in the race room for the previous race that she just forgot, to do stand-up. With
and D was just not gonna do it at all.
Damage. So yeah, there's the damage down after the stand-up, so Audra's gonna save a little bit more, whereas DJ, choosing not to. It's one of those things that a lot of people are. It's hard to know all the points of failure of stand-up until you've done it. You've done every point of failure and ruined it. 7 of your races doing all the things you're not supposed to do. But then once you know what not to do, I think it's a lot easier than people make it out to be. This color palette makes it a little harder because knowing when to jump might be a little trickier. Because a lot of people use visual cues for when to start. But Audra just space jumping in midair there, just to make sure that she's not forced into a crouch position at the wrong time.
Yeah, and I see chat saying that if D-Webb had done stand-up, it would have made the difference. I don't know if that would have by itself. I mean, there were a lot of
I don't think so, because even still, this isn't the full beam damage.
Right.
He'd be getting damage now, but Audra was already into this cutscene, and plus Leodoc's room, Audra's probably going to have a much cleaner Leodox room with high jump.
That room is so annoying without high jump.
Parlor is significantly easier with high jump.
Yeah, I've said it before. Leodox room in particular is the room where I miss high jump more than any other room in this game.
Yeah, I'm always tempted to turn my screw attack back on if I turned it off for Zeb skip, because without high jump, it's so hard to do that room properly without being able just to screw attack through the pirates on the walls.
Yeah, I do see the, could have saved, made Mother Brain 3.5, but
could have lost
if you're not
20
used
minutes
to doing
if you failed it and had to reset. So
exactly.
There's that. Also, really nice Mother Brain 3 from DJ. Without
nice.
high jump, one of the few advantages is you can position yourself a lot closer and just do 4 angle up shots in a row, instead of having to juggle between angle up and horizontal shots. So you can actually get a really quick Mother Brain 3 if you know what you're doing, like the way DJ did.
Yeah, I mean, you can see right here, this room right here is just gonna be slower for D-Web.
Extra wall jumps. Didn't get enough height on that first jump to actually kill the pirate. Regardless, this was still a really exciting race the whole way through. Like some surprises on both sides. Ended up still being really close and converging at the end, which was great to see. Perfect way to cap off this series as Audra is about to hit the ship here and finish. GG's to Audra.
Official race time of 1:09:07. Yeah, and like you said, Parlor here, just not as easy without high jump. You were having a little bit of trouble in those first couple of jumps, and then had some really nice ledge grabs to finish that out. And D-Web about to finish with an official race time of 1:09:36. GG's to both our runners who have joined us. GG's. I don't even know where to start with that game 3.
Yeah, honestly, no idea. The entire series, really.
It was certainly something. We talked a little bit in race time, but yeah, I was like, the worst thing about the death wasn't even like, oh god, I lost. It was like, we had this great series so far, and now it's like, well, I lost probably closer to like 11, 12 minutes, something like that. But then it's like, you're just watching nothing for the next hour, and then somehow the randomizer gods found a way to make it close. But yeah,
I mean, you found a way to make it close by cutting the things you needed to cut. No, I meant DJ.
Oh, okay, you both did.
By cutting out
Different
several
ways.
minutes and making a good choice to not, just follow the seed the way it was leading you. Sorry, Audra, you were saying?
Yes.
Lower Norfair, with 15 supers, I believe, in terrible beam situation, and a likely
I was just praying. Yeah, it was likely, but I felt like I had no other good options. So I was just praying that, it was against the odds for the vanilla boss. And yeah, predictably it did not work out, but yeah, I was just like, oh, I'll just do the best I can from here. And Varia is, I don't know, at least a little bit dumb, because like with Varia at Dragon, I didn't expect him to struggle at that point anymore. So I figured I had lost when that showed up there.
Yeah, I mean, in the end, I would have been fun if you both hadn't done those things, and we would have had a close race that way, but we still end up with a close race, so it worked out in the end.
Yeah, somehow. In a way, it feels undeserved, but sometimes
between the two of you, it took like 25 attempts to hit that same blue gate.
That's true.
Gate glitch, because you both
patched.
struggled with it.
It was patched. I'm blaming Kip.
Audra had
Kip
like 80
patched
attempts
it
at the time instead of 2.
Yeah, I didn't really suffer from.
Well,
from
they
it
weren't full,
going
but yeah.
on,
But yeah, no, I mean, I think I hit like 2 or 3 like first try gate glitches in the first 2 games, and then for whatever reason, it just destroyed me. And I also didn't spin jump, and not to mention like my stream had dropped, so that was flustering me, and I'd fallen down the Decora pit, and it was.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
If you hadn't fallen down the Decora pit, you might have died a little bit faster. So you might beat me.
I mean, like
maybe
it's really hard to say, obviously, because I mean, like Ace said, like I did not play that seed after the death in a normal way, and like it worked out well enough. And like if you don't do Lore and Warfare, it probably isn't this close. But like, yeah, we both did things, and it turned out how it turned out. And I'm not like. I mean, you feel undeserved, but if I would have won, I would have felt undeserved as well. And I already got here by like other means, right? So yeah.
Yeah, and somebody does have to win.
I do feel like you outrouted me in all 3 of the games, though.
That maybe is kind of true. I don't know. I mean,
I think it's true.
I only did Bubble Mountain in the first seed, which is kind of insane.
It's not the only factor. So, I mean, as far as deserving goes, there's that. But I was definitely playing the 3rd seed with getting backed into a corner at the top of Red Tower there. I was just thinking, yeah, if there were like oddities with the map that made this like likely to happen, he probably would have figured it out before I did. But me lacking East criteria knowledge is also pretty big, and I had no idea whether you would have had that or not.
On a normal playthrough, almost certainly not. Like, when are you going there and why? Is the question that I have.
Okay. Yeah, okay, so.
We
Yeah.
do have two other games to talk about, just a little bit. Game one.
Oh yeah,
um,
I fought GT in game 1.
You.
well, it wasn't.
It was your third power bomb, Pat.
I mean, yeah, like for you, D-Web, it probably felt pretty straightforward with all the various who just sitting there at Spazer. Audra, you skipped Spazer and just never. There was just never. A
I
good
never
time for
went
you
down
get
to like
back
any
there.
of the bottom red tower portals. I
Yeah.
thought I was just gonna get taken there at some point. and
You
it
just
never
kept,
happened.
the portals just kept being too good for you to pass up. And had you found some power bombs, you might have been fine.
Yeah, really. I might have been, but
'Cause,
Bosses were
that-
shifted in the first seed. That was a long time ago.
I
I
believe
think
so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was.
Like,
No, they were vanilla. It was
No, that was
vanilla,
vanilla.
on. Yeah, it's vanilla
was
first
it?
seed,
And then
surprise, and then
surprise,
vanilla
and
again.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, the surprise one, I actually felt like I kind of read it. I have this is just anecdotal, I think, but like I got what was the first boss we got? It was Dragon
Great.
somewhere dumb.
You got different
In
bosses
the
first, so
Second
Yeah.
I don't
seed,
remember
I was
which
about to
one
say. I
you
think the
had.
first thing I fought was Vanilla Kraid. I think.
Yeah, DJ had Kraid,
Yeah.
and Audra,
then
your
we
first boss
had-
killed was Fantoon, I think.
My first, yeah, but like I swear I found.
And then Ridley was.
no, I
in
didn't
Wreck
reset out
Ship.
of a boss.
The second
Okay.
seed didn't have Fantoon.
Ridley was
Yeah, that's
oh,
right.
yeah.
Rid-
The second
There
one
was
didn't have
no-
Fantoon.
Ridley
which
and
is
Wreck
why-
Ship was the
Ridley and
first
Wreck Ship,
boss
yes.
of
Yeah,
second
that's right.
seed, right?
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Which you
Speaking
had to
of
double
that,
back
Ridley at
for.
Wreck Ship.
Yeah,
DJ
so then
clutched
me
that out.
finding Vanilla Kraid and then Vanilla Dragon after that, I was just like, this feels like too much of a coincidence for these bosses to both be vanilla. And I kind of
Interesting.
wonder if that means it's surprise. But then I forgot about it and I didn't play like it. So I just kind of went into the Ridley or went into the Lord Warfare boss without enough.
Well, so the
It could-
interesting
it could have been
thing
another
Ridley.
with that
Yeah,
is
Ace-
that so both charge upgrades were in major locations. Does that not mean that it has to be surprise without a Fantoon?
No, that's just how Major Minor works.
I thought that
Okay.
it only filled the major. I guess Chozo's the one that only fills the
Chozo's
major
the one that
locations.
works like
but-
that.
Okay.
Okay.
Because we
I
also had double
misunderstood
jump
then,
in that
because I-
seat as well too.
I didn't see
Right, okay.
here nor
Well,
there of a double
No,
jump.
you did not see double jump in that seat. It was in Double Mountain.
Probably Double
She's
Mountain.
Yeah.
Those are the places I was not going. Or apparently, it had Plasma in seed 1. That was cool. Other than that,
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean-
it sounds like you had a really good game plan to beat me. Like it was, I was like, I felt like I was struggling to beat your times, in these seeds like a lot more than I thought I should be, if you know what I mean.
yeah.
But yeah,
No,
the,
I mean, it was like game 1. Like I said, like for me, I mean, that's by far my best time in play of the playoffs.
yeah, I
was, like, a
wondered about
52
that.
flat.
52 minutes, pretty good.
I know I had it sub-houred in the previous 2 rounds. Like it was way better, and yeah, like
I was thinking about
the-
that.
the way I played was really straightforward. But yeah, and then like game 2, it was like I felt bad about the really slow CWJ, and then like I think it turned out like the way I'd played it, I could have just ended up there like way faster or something like that, if I remember correctly. Because like going to the like criteria crab portal would have just led you to Greenbryn in a way that wasn't dumb like I did. Plus the croc kill that I did, so I was like, I got to do something here, and yeah, it was skip Bowl Mountain, hope for stuff. You probably saw I was clearly ready to skip Very until it popped to Plasma. And
Yeah,
yeah.
we were definitely wondering at what point that was going to be like your play to skip Varia, or like how thorough you were going to be with like the East Meridia check specific. Like, are you going to go to Plasma, and if it comes up like Shack, I mean, like.
But Shaq was no, because I knew
Well,
it
you
was
could-
portal.
you
You
didn't
didn't have grapple, but if it,
I mean,
if
unless
it
you
came
wanted
up,
Crystal Flash.
like,
If
Grapple, no ice.
if grapple
if
came up,
someone
would you have
Crystal
done
Flash
Shack?
clips to Shaq Tool in a race, I will like buy them
I've
dinner at
seen it.
SGL.
I've seen it.
It'll happen in the hard way to hell tourney, I'm sure.
Oh goodness. But yeah. Yeah, no,
I
especially
appreciate
it's with
that.
grapple. I don't even know if I check plasma because grapple was one of the things I was hoping for because I've been on call and seen people do grapple as hell run Lore and Warfare and it doesn't go well because farming is hard.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
actually, yeah, I wanted to mention, we talked about, what was it, game 2, where Varia was at Plasma, and
Yeah.
and I was just like, I calculated, I decided not to check Plasma because I calculated that, with my loadout, my time loss of, not having Varia in Lower Northshire was probably going to break even with a Plasma check, and the Plasma check wasn't guaranteed to be Varia, so
Makes
I
sense.
decided not to check it, and I feel I was correct about that, but I also didn't. Like DJ mentions, not having grapple, so that was like less of kind of an option for him. I don't know what his ammo loadout or anything was, but I
It
didn't
was
really
like
lean on grapple at all.
25, 40, 45, maybe something like that. I was
Yeah,
definitely
I think
playing
you
it
pretty
was
might.
lean.
I
it
think
was
you
the
were
same
probably fine.
ammo with exception of DJ. You had one less PB pack, and I think you had
Yeah, I
like
only had
one less
20.
E tank maybe.
That
It was
sounds about right.
9-2. I definitely had 20
You
power
definitely. I
bombs.
commented in the race that you both had the same missiles and super, so that wasn't
That's
a factor
interesting.
or a differentiator. But there was one more power bomb pack that Audra had.
I barely used grapple though, so I really actually don't think grapple made a difference.
Well, yeah,
I
Yeah,
think
but
you I
that
think
was
you were
there.
probably
you're
just
definitely
displaying the
better
time
equipped to
loss.
handle that.
Yeah, and of
Maybe
course,
that's true.
I did find it amusing, Audra, that you ended up doing some Variolous Lower Norfer in all 3 races, even though you
Even though
ended
I
up getting the
got there,
Varia
yeah.
suit at the end.
Yeah.
And
I
then
was gonna say like, if I lost this race, I think the first thing I was gonna say was like, I am allergic to finding Varia.
It's because it's the
and then
dash
Heat
randomizer,
Shield
not a
shows
Varia
up.
seed, right?
And Heat Shield decides to show up on your path to Varia, which turned out to be pretty amusing.
Oh, that was
Yeah,
like,
honestly, I thought that might have been like some like super duper outside chance because frankly, I forget exactly at what time I like found the heat shield or whatever, but I was expecting a done at like any moment for quite a while because I was like, I mean, 15 minutes is a lot, right? And I didn't lose all of that because I didn't redo everything, but I was like, and then heat shield, and I was like, well, maybe Varia is worse than even what I've done, and blah blah blah, and then it's just a Dragon, but yeah.
yeah, I was like, I felt maybe okay seeing the heat shield. I was like, okay, well, I can just like go back, do Lore Northshire on this loadout.
Heat Shield makes a
Then
huge
maybe.
difference, as we've
Yeah,
seen
It
in
really
other
does.
races.
Yeah.
But then Varia showed up, and I didn't like that Varia location because it meant like okay, so like the thing is with this matchup is one thing I didn't really do a great job of keeping in mind is that some of the Lore Northshire plays that I'm willing to make when I'm backed into a corner, DJ is just not going to do them, and he's gonna go back out and go find like where logically Varia is, like his Nitro game 1. So if I do something that loses more time than that, if it fails, then I'm kind of setting myself up for failure, like no matter how bad the Varia location ends up for him. So the fact that it was on path is like even worse for me, but you know.
I also found it rather ironic that in games 1 and 2, in games 2 and 3, game 2 had the West criteria portals that were East Meridia and Cray that D-Web knew immediately, and Audrey, you decided to go right instead of left. And then in game 3, it just flipped, and it wasn't quite as early, but D-Web got to Cray in that other East Meridia portal earlier, and Audrey, you got to those later. So
yeah, that's really funny. I was kind of thinking about that.
I was thinking when I did that because I just kind of like went into Crate. Number one, I was thinking maybe because I know Audra likes to not check old mother brain with all 3 ammo and like save that power bomb and just go left. I was like, either she might not have a power bomb over here or she just didn't check the boss and I just went into Crate and got it. And I was like, maybe that's kind of an advantage, but then I also realized that because Aqueduct was right there, you're just gonna find it natural. Like you're gonna be back there regardless. It's not like we were doing that boss. And then
Okay,
like
so I mean, I was worried. I did save that power bomb, but like I was like, if I go left, that's risking a soft lock, or like a.
just get the pirate
Actually,
power
not a
bomb
soft
drops.
lock. You just farm Kagos, but like I don't know.
That too, yeah.
I kind of didn't want to, so that's why I went right.
Interesting.
It was. I don't. I don't even like do that often, but I just kind of felt like it for some reason.
Okay, we're
I-
getting the word from Jestro that we do have another race coming up here in about 10 minutes. Let you all have the last word, and D-Web and I have an announcement to make, and then we will get off and send you to the next one.
I guess
I-
I'll start by saying that this was like a really cool matchup. So maybe some people don't know this, but my first ever one-on-one actually was against Audra a little under a year ago at SGL. And it was off stream expectedly because it was the 3 versus 14 and I was extremely new. And I
was
guess
playing on a laggy LCD for that.
yeah, I
with,
guess
like, no
you have just
competition,
kind of
and-
shambled like every race we've ever played at this point.
And I
guess.
soft-locked
Yeah.
Snail Clip because I didn't know what my inputs were doing on that TV. And I lost like 15 minutes in that race. But yeah.
So yeah, it was cool to have the rematch, and we actually get to see it. And I was gonna do my best regardless. I did not expect to win the first seed, being what it was. I was like, holy cow! I mean, I thought I'd play bubble, whatever. But then, I was just happy to race. I hope you continue to have success and don't pass along the shambles that Nitro gave to me. So
I definitely need more success than this coming up. So
Okay.
yeah,
All
I
right.
don't know. Yeah, we should cut it off.
Good luck to you in the next round, Audra. D-Web. So D-Web is with Kip not able to attend SGL this year. DJ Webb has agreed to be my partner in terms of the organizational things. So we have an announcement. We haven't finalized everything. One of the things we'd like to do, but it'll depend on signups. We'd like to do a group stage to get more people, as I wrote it, get more games from more people against more different people. Do a group stage into probably a Final Four over the weekend. The settings that you're all on the edge of your seat for, we're gonna go full area. I jokingly said when MM2 said no, if it's not full area, I'm not coming. No, we'll do area for you. So we are doing full area, major, minor, because last year we did countdown. We're gonna put in double jump though. We're going to go 3, 2, 1 on the ammo, no starter charge, no grav heat protection, and the different thing that we're going to do is we're going to do boss surprise for all our races. So get ready for that forward, Lacey, because it could happen.
we got a beautiful showcase of basically those settings in game 2, right? So
yeah, pretty much.
Only close races. Clearly, that's the only possibility. But yeah, it should be a lot of fun. And I have been talking to people. There may be some surprise names on that attendee list, but yeah, if you're interested, definitely head over SGL Discord. We'll probably type something up there soon and get a count of how many people want to come and such. But yeah, looking forward to it. I get to take like a 2-week break before I have to start prepping for that.
Fair enough. We'll get you on comms, and that's where you shine anyway. So I mean, you really shine. Not that your play was not good; it was very good. And also, D-Web, I gotta say, it's just been really fun to watch your improvement over the last year. I still think you know this randomizer better than anyone else, so it's gonna be fun to see what you do in the in-person event. But yeah, we do have 5 minutes for the next race, which is a Mega Man 2 Rando. Coming up at 4 p.m. So go ahead and y'all stay tuned for that. And we are going to leave you with that and see you at the semifinals, because that's where we're at next.